you're open. You like love sour, then you should come try my poison. She said, I grew up in the Garden of Eden, and ever since then.
Alrighty then, enough of that. Hello, good morning. I'm the Mad Puck, and it's good to be back. Let's see what is going on here. I gotta get things back in order because we had a few things going on, and it's been a little bit chaos. So let me see. Stream labels? Nope, I don't want that. Lower thirds. Get my alert box back. Got my follower count. And let's see. Stream labels. Do I need those? Okay, I think we're good to go. Let me just projector, output projector. I think we're mostly good. Game source. Why are you looking all weird? Okay, you're fine. Anyway, Happy New Year, everybody. It's one of those times. Hey, Mr. Black, good to see ya. So good to see ya. I have to get your channel set up in my chat. But if everyone doesn't know, Mr. Black's channel has launched. It's officially launched as of yesterday. I did the narration and editing, and he did all the massive building. The Taj Mahal, one of the greatest constructions. Is it one of the not national wonders of the world, or is it? I'm maybe wrong there, because that's at 816, 16 something. Anyway, we're back. I've got a couple things going on. Let me see. I hope everyone can hear me properly. Now, today I did want to dive in. I mean, like, I wanted to go ahead and just call this Fleet Week, but I decided that before I get into anything major, one of the first things that we needed to address was some building techniques. Which means that I need to get out of here, because this is not where I want to be. Alright, so that means we have to get out of here. Yeah. Get away from there, because that's a new project that I don't want to show yet. And there's my wife, right on schedule. Alright. I'm gonna put this on pause. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Just really bad timing. I swear I should not try to schedule anything for the first week of school. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Yesterday, problem after another. Then I had to go to school. And then this morning, complete meltdown over nothing. So I'm kind of over it right now. Anyway, life of being a dad. This is the part where I'm supposed to be talking to you guys about the leading you guys into what we're going to be doing today. Instead, I'm now agitated. I'm annoyed. Okay, I have to gather myself again. I had gathered myself. This is the worst part about it. I had gathered myself. I had everything all organized. Dog walked. Child off to school. Did a little cleanup this morning. I was calm in my calm center. Anyway, as I hope everybody has seen Mr. Black's video. I'm gonna try to link it right now. The Taj Mahal. Oh no, that's a rock. Okay, yeah, Taj Mahal. Let me just find the link. Okay, so here we, come on, that's not it. Seriously? Okay, so over here, you guys know about the base. Content. Here's the video. Copy link. And there we go. If you haven't seen it, go watch it now. No, while I'm just getting myself sorted out. Oh, great, I lost a viewer. Anyway, this is what those guys are going to be missing. Because here we are. This is where I need to be. So, Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. Rooster, good to see ya. Sorry, I'm almost back to a good state right now. I would like to pretend that everything's great, but anyway, I've been building brand new X-wings. In case you guys have not realized, we were trying to work on the mechanism to make the wings open and close, but I couldn't get it to work because of the torque. I mean, it worked in theory, and we got it placed, but the gears have a problem where they can't open up properly once any significant weight is placed on them. And believe me, this is significant weight, because the way it's working is supposed to do a cross thing, where it opens the top over here, and it's kind of like a counter system, where this goes down and that goes up. When it closes, that whole thing works. So that's how it's supposed to work. However, swivels are weak and they don't do anything. So unless you were able to reduce the gear ratios like Mr. Like Robot Man has been doing, it doesn't work. So anyway, I managed to build the. I've been doing tutorials for this. Oh, sound is low. I've been doing tutorials, and the halfway through one of the tutorials, I kind of made a mistake. So I ended up building another one, which ended up being this. So this is my first one. This is the second tutorial, which I paused because I got the canopy right. I can actually reproduce this canopy now, and this kind of got me. It sounds should be better now. Got me into thinking, especially since Mr. Black came along and asked a very important question. It's like, do half the people watching this really understand half of the building techniques that we're using? Because I can go ahead and talk about half stud movements, turning things on the side, and just do it casually. And it seems that some people who come along don't really know how to do most of the techniques that I use on a daily basis. So I thought I would break it down a little bit, and like we can actually work with the Canopy here a little bit and show you how to do something like this, as well as just some of your most basic things. Now Haskins just did a video on this yesterday, and he did some building techniques. I haven't seen it because I didn't want to clutter my brain, because me and Mr. Black have been talking about this for about a week or two, and some of the techniques that I'm going to share are obviously going to be different than his. Hell, even just talking to Mr. Black about the building techniques, we do things while we're very similar in outlook. We do things a little differently, and we teach each other a lot. So hey Rulotum, hey Emperor Azan, Anazon, what's up? So just for a little bit of a tease, let me just show you guys how this bad boy flies. It gets up, and here we go. Nice level flight. You want to get a little bit of altitude. Raise the nose. Got to make sure that it's firing. And refreeze. Get the altitude. Come on, altitude, altitude. Up, up, up. Nose up, nose up. There we go. And freeze again. Oh no, it's just it's not gonna keep me back from anything. It's just with the tutorials that I'm doing, I just realized that it's kind of important to have some kind of refresher on the basic skills. But see, I can come and lay this thing down. This is more of an advanced flight tutorial, and I wouldn't be able to really get into that. Not today. Today we're going to be looking at building techniques. So, I think we should just get into it, shall we? Now. Okay, Rooster, you will always be trying to catch everyone up on basic skills. Divine, hey Divine, good to see ya. All right, okay, and then of course there's this X-wing. Now this one is different because it doesn't have the landing gear, so it actually takes away some of the forward ballast that I need. So this one is still being tweaked because this is the flight position, the attack position. But let's get into it. Okay, so I think the first thing that we need to address is how to turn pieces. And I know a lot of you guys already know how to do this, but we are going to take a little more comprehensive look at it because it goes a little deeper than just taking a thruster, or say you take your thruster, or a big thruster. Or you can use this panel. I'm gonna have a little bit overhang over there just to show. But this one allows you to pretty much get into small spaces, and you can. It's a little bit more maneuverable. This one needs a lot more space, as you can see, and this one it needs kind of the most space, but it is one of the most accurate placements that you can get. And I'm going to show you exactly what I mean in a second. Now, for your basic vertical turn, you usually want to take a floor. You can actually do this with most objects, but this is mostly floors that you want to take, or roof tiles, and you can place them. Oh boy, okay, there we go. You can place them on the wall, this is not on the wall. This one actually requires you to place it on the back of the thruster so that it allows you to put it there. But you can then go on the front and place your second piece exactly where you want it, right there. Now, it actually used to be more like this, where you could take the thruster, put it on the front, but for some reason they went and they completely disabled that. I don't know what they were thinking. I really don't know. It's just one of those things they took away from us. Now you can do something similar with the pressure plate here, where we take this, aim at the black. This is very important. You want to aim this at the black, right there, and it turns green. So these are the most basic way that you can turn anything. This works with ceilings as well. So you want to get some ceilings in here. You can and make it look a little fancy for your building, your base, or whatever. You can come slap a pressure plate on, or a ceiling tile, thruster. Get one of the nice fancy looking plates. You know what? Let's go to Shogun Palace. Yeah, Shogun Palace. Why not? Because I like these guys. And you can toss this right, aim for the black. Always aim for the black. It can take a little bit of adjustment, but if you aim for the black, you should be in good shape. Now it's going to go red if it's crossed over. Okay, see, there you go. Now, there you have your two main angles you want to turn. Now it does get a little bit more complicated when say you want to get into something like building the battle bus, where we're taking a lot of the pieces that we have and we're trying to rebuild a block and use it as tiles. So in most instances, say I want to take this, I want to take a piece and turn it there. Some of the times this is one of the biggest difficulties people actually have, and they don't realize it. They come back and say, oh, it's not working. I'm trying to place the piece, but it's not placing. How are you doing it? It's not magic. It's that sometimes when you turn a piece, it needs an attachment point. There's nowhere for it to attach to. So you need to have a horizontal object in order for it to actually attach. So just think of it in terms of an attachment point where you that you're pretty much just transferring. This is just a transfer point. You can delete that after, but then you have this piece, and you can go ahead and do whatever else you need after this point. But the transfer point is the most important part for some of this turning techniques. See? And it's gone, and it stays because you have now put an anchor on the other side in the direction that you want to go. Now we're going to get a little bit more. Okay, let's go over here. I'm going to change colors. Now, you guys have noticed the space, and the space is quite a huge thing. You want to get rid of that gap. You want everything to look nice and seamless. But every time you turn a thruster, you realize that you turn a piece, it's going to introduce a gap. So this is your most basic thing you need to understand. And the measurements in this game are so weird. They are massively weird. Okay, now I have to try to go and do this the wrong way so that I can do it the right way. So bear with me here. Now, sometimes someone, when you want to turn, you're going to say, okay, well, I just put this here, and you can put it anywhere. No, you should not be putting this anywhere. And I think Okay, let's take one small bag. Okay. You can put this anywhere, but the best place to actually put it, if you want proper alignment, is going to be at the base of where you want it to be aligned. So, you take this and you move it up right there. This is where you want it to be. So, like, you can either have it overhanging or you can have it back a little bit. But you take this and you pop it on right in here. Aim for the black. Bring it out. And you are now perfectly lined up. Now, one thing I do want you to notice is just how high this is. This is three floorboards high. And this is 2.5. So, if you try to do something like going straight up, it's going to work only so far. Hey, King Royal, what's up? At some point, you're going to actually want to have that additional height. So I mean, you can just take it up straight away, but let's say you need, for some reason, you need to have a horizontal piece in here, like right on top there. You can't get that. Am I getting a little too advanced right now, or should I focus on just the basics? Because I think it feels like I'm getting advanced because I'm now moving into like the half stud pieces. Does everyone get what I mean about the placement of this? Because this really leads into the next part. Happy New Year, Emperor Amazon. And this is really critical. Angie's here. Hey, Angie. Oh, no, that's a Happy New Year. HNY. Happy New Year. Got it now. I understand. Okay, so we're gonna get a little bit advanced, and I'm sorry if this goes above some of your heads, but this is one of the techniques that I use every single day, and I want to make sure you guys kind of understand where I'm coming from when I'm using this thing. Because sometimes I have to make a block. I want to make the side pieces as high as the regular blocks, or at least give that seamless appearance. In order to get to that half stud, we need to measure that half stud. I know it feels like we're back in class, aren't we? You can use these guys. These pieces are very critical because they allow you to move in half step measures. So you can actually, this also works for let's see, for walls. You can get your column, put these down so we have something to measure against. One. And this, believe it or not, all of this is actually really, really critical when you're building cars and something like the X-Wing. The rocket will not place on the outside face. Yep. That's a very important thing, Rooster. Let me just address Rooster's point right now. Once you have a piece turned upside down, the thruster will no longer attach to it. Hey, lady, what's happening? So, yeah, once it's turned, it's not going to do it. You have upside down, you have it, I think, okay, once it's on the side, it can still turn. But when it's upside down, that's no-go. So that is not going to happen if you have it completely upside down and you want to place it on the back of it. You have to do a workaround. So you can do stuff like this very easily, but once you get to a certain point of so many turns, it is not gonna like it anymore. So that's 1, 2. Okay, that still attaches. 1, 2. Let's go upside down on this one. I should have done a bring me your build questions thing. Okay, so that's now right side up. So let's turn it upside down. And see, thrusters are really important here because you can do like so much. That's going to work there, and it's going to keep on working. So it shows up in some cases, which I cannot really remember the exact case, but all right, okay. So hey, Salaf Salat, what's happening? Good morning, everybody. If it's your first time here, welcome. I'm the Mad Puck 66. And usually build Star Wars and other stuff which you see around me, but I've entered the new year doing a lot of tutorials. So I'm in the middle of preparing a tutorial for the X-wing with the closed wings and the open wing, and I'm taking a moment to discuss a couple of building techniques that I use on a regular basis, and especially some difficulties people have with turning pieces. Now, one of the biggest issues that people have is okay. Let's get back over to this. This is the measurement, and this gets back to my point about one of the issues that people have when you place a piece from this. You're taking the alignment off. You always have to place from the bottom of where you want it to turn, and you need to be able to count. But one of the biggest things is that you need to be able to also adjust your vertical movement. So right now with this piece, the column, you can now move in half step measures. So I can literally place this as 2 places up, 2.5. Oh, you need to be inside of it, by the way, for it to work. Let's go 2.5. This is 1, 2, and 3, and we want to go down 1. Come on. I usually use the fence post for this because it gives you much finer control. But I understand a lot of you people don't have. Some people don't have the fence post. All right, so right now I am exactly at 2.5. So I can take this and put it across. Oh, something's in the way. Let's try that again. 2.5. See? It's beginning right on the blue. And this now allows me to do something like this. Put this piece right, aim at the black, move it across, make sure it's on something, and now I can take this piece and put it on the inside, so it doesn't have to be there immediately. Boom. You can do things incrementally. And now I have a piece. If this is all black, for instance, or all white, it now looks a solid white. But I'm using these pieces mainly because it shows you the gaps and shows you exactly where you are. So this is what we'd end up with, a solid piece. It looks like a perfectly normal black. Now, you may be thinking, hey, so suppose I want to do something like, one of the things that I've been discovering building from the Lego store is that it's calling for pieces that we don't have. And in most cases where it's a black piece or white piece, I can substitute. In cases with the battle bus, I've had to use the blue. But we're kind of limited on colors right now. And I've been having to use those because the main blocks that we have available right now are all machine blocks, like these guys. and they come in gray, gray, gray stripe, and now we have some fresh ones over in your fences. So let's see, Fortnite Forever and Salty Seaport? No, where's Raven's? No, I'm also say Raven. Anyway, Raven has these fantastic little pieces here as well. But you kind of got to get to know your pieces. But these are like the smallest things. And we just don't have the blocks. So I've had to go and recreate the blocks using these pieces. So for the battle bus, for instance, I would create the side panels using these and try to match back at least a similar height. But the big problem now comes when we want to go to the next level and add another block here. So for the battle bus, for instance, I have to add a black stripe, right? But then the black stripe needs to have the blue on top. And this is where problems tend to pop up, because even if you go and you get a perfect match, you get a perfect turn, you take that there and you pop it on, then you're going to say, let's go. You can immediately see the problem. And it's going to be, oh, look, see, we don't have an attachment point. But that's not a problem. Problem is this. That gap is introduced immediately. And no matter how much finagling you do, if you try to take it down, it is too far down. Try to take it up, it's too far up. And it's all about where you begin. And this is something that you really need to have a good handle on if you're going to be doing any kind of turning. Where are you? Come on. Where are you? Why is it vanishing? All right, come on, behave. Behave. Seriously, dude? All right, thank you. Anyway, too far down, too far up. What we need here is proper placement of this. So you have to look at where you are going to begin your turn and set this right at the base. So you will need to put another piece on top first, so you have more vertical space. You can always delete after, but that you need to have that vertical space there. If you don't have the vertical space, it is not going to attach. So you get that on there, and then you can take this and you can turn it. Come back here, delete this, and take this and turn it. Now that should have been a perfect alignment, but I think I screwed up one of the steps. So this is what we normally get when we think we have it perfect. So let's do that again. I swear sometimes the game likes to mess with me. All right, so we're trying to line that up to there. Now, let's say line it up to... See, it's already off. You have to try to get, there we go. I think that should be lined up properly now. Aim for the black, turn it. And we have a space again. Man, I went over this like 6 times with Mr. Black. Trying to get this right. I think it all comes down to where you start from. So, is that it right there? Are we getting that little space, that tiny little gap? We are seeing that tiny little gap coming in. It's so annoying. But here's one trick, and I'm gonna call it a trick because it kind of is. come off the top first. I think that one will work. See, consistency is one of the things that we really go for. So, in order for you to do it, there we go, no gap. So, instead of going from the side there, have more vertical height. So you can toss any column or any fence post on the side, and it's gonna give you that precision that you need. But don't take your thruster or whatever and come from the bottom. Take it and come from the top, and then just place it, and you should be all set. So that takes care of the space, and it allows you to have precision control. So you can have, if you're doing a battle bus, you can do the entire bus side all the way up. So I hope that helps. This is one of the techniques that we have just been, we just do this so much that we need consistency, and it is one of the biggest pains that we've discovered from having to do basic things like turning panels on the side. Anybody can turn a panel to the side, but to get the consistency is what you need. Okay, I think that about covers all of the vertical turns that I can think of right now. If anybody has any questions about turning vertically, now is a good time. I'm going to give you a couple seconds to think about it. Rooster had a great question, and I think was it Rooster? Hey, Joker Blaze, what's up? Dirty Drawers, OP. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I've missed all you guys. Let's see who else is here. Yeah, good to see everybody else again. Way early in the morning. I almost had second thoughts about keeping the time at 8:30. Like, I was like, oh my god, doing this at 2 in the afternoon would be so much better. Okay, hey Vetker, what's happening? All right, so any questions? Now is the time before we move on to the next section, which is going to be how to build that fantastic looking canopy. Okay, good. So we can take care of some of that, of those space issues. All right, so there's your whole tutorial on turning. I really wish that I could actually make it a short or something, but it is involved, and you have to really understand some of these pieces. Hey, Chris Carnage, what's happening? We're doing a basic tutorial on turning pieces and just a couple of building techniques that we kind of don't really think of. Oh, before we go on somewhere, this is an intrusive thought, and it's something that I really want to put into everybody's head, because we've been doing a couple of buildings along with our machines. We're going to show those later. But one of the what's the word I'm looking for here? One of the things that I would really like for everybody to think of, if you're building a castle, you're building an apartment, or whatever, please take advantage of what you have, and don't just toss down one floor and call it a day. If you're going to do the first floor of a building, and it's supposed to be a big castle or an impressive building or something, you cannot do one floor and just move on. You need to, and I cannot stress this enough, especially if it's impressive. And the Spider-Man kit, the Daily Bugle, did us dirty for this. I can't really stress that so much, because they had the hallway of Daily Bugle, the lobby of the Daily Bugle as one, but then it was actually 2 floors. your most basic thing that you can do for all of us, especially street level stuff, is to go 1.5 before you place any kind of ceiling or floor above that. Please. It makes things a lot more expansive. It makes it bigger. It makes it more impressive. When you just take, and I'm sure you've noticed this, and it's been a frustration where you're like, it doesn't look as that impressive. And it's because it isn't. Because when you close your characters in artificially, you are making them a little bit more claustrophobic, and your place feels smaller. This is like one basic building technique that I would like to get into everyone's head. You see that? You don't see the ceiling. You come in here and you see the ceiling immediately, and it feels close. It feels claustrophobic. You add some walls to that, and yes, this is my chance to throw out my pet peeves. Don't judge me. But you know, it's the basic reality of it. It closes everything off. So you're closed off immediately in here. With this, even when you're closed off on the side, you don't have that issue. Because at least the ceiling is open. You walk in, no ceiling. It still feels expansive. What's on the music list today, Chris Carnage? Anyway, that is my my plea to all of you guys. I mean, unless you're in a cave or something, you know, or in a mine, then it doesn't really matter. But that's my plea to all you guys. Make it bigger. I mean, unless of course you're dealing with complexity. Oh, by the way, if you guys have not seen it yet, hey, is that Arisan? That's not Arisan. Who's there with a banana? Banana. Dang. Okay. This is Mr. Black's Taj Mahal. Go and take a look. It is absolutely fantastic. He did a launch yesterday. Go click it. Go watch it. I'll be here. We're gonna move on to our next building technique now, and I know it's one of the things you guys are wondering about, like how do you get these things? And this can get complicated. So buckle in. Let's see where we can begin. Now there are a couple of techniques that we can use to turn pieces. One of the things that people are kind of sleeping on right now are the swivels. And I want you to look at something before I go on. No! There's nothing but 100 men or more could ever do. All right, okay. I've seen the rains down in Africa. Oh man, that's an instant earworm. Thanks, Mr. Carnage. Anyway, I want you guys to look at this and tell me what you see. This is an inward angle. Now, angles are still possible in the game, but you have to be very careful with them. You see one angle here. This is a very slight angle that I'm going to show you how to get right now with using swivels. It tends to be a little bit more complicated, but it's one of these techniques that I've been using since I've been doing the builds from the LEGO store, because sometimes we need to have a bit of an angle. It's completely repeatable. As you can see, I have it here as well, and it's over here on the working ship. So this is a repeatable thing, and it's very, very basic. And all it takes is just a tiny bit of work, but it ends up being absolutely worth it. So let me just show you quickly how we get this one angle. Excuse excuse me, I still have a cold, so I'm a little sniffly. I apologize. Now, in order to get this in, we need to just take your swivel and pop it on the side. Now, if it's going to be coming off of the edge here, you want to make sure that it is positioned properly. Get your swivel in place. And then, if your piece is going to line up, okay, let's go put this over here. Line up to this off the edge, then it's going to be coming off of the edge. So you need to make sure it's in the right place there. So if it's coming off of the 8 and going inward toward the other piece there, then you just need to get it into the right place. That's not supposed to happen right there. Let me just push that over. All right, so this is supposed to be an inside piece that it can attach to, but the attachment comes after. First thing that you have to do, first things first, is get this lined up properly. You move, shove over, get over. That doesn't usually happen, by the way. Come on, you move over, shove off. Thank you. All right, so this is your attachment point, and this is usually a block is usually going to be there. I know this it looks a little more complicated, but it's a small thing, but it's absolutely worth it when you get it into place. So, okay, this is in the wrong place. Excuse the snot out of me. With this, it's as simple as taking it and, oop, I'm a little low, so I need a little bit more that I can push against and push it in. That is it right there. You take your piece, and then you can build down to where you need to go. And this will attach to the front and it will attach to the back. So even if you did this, it should still go, oop, it can't go there. But it can go over here. Green. It attaches natively. You can now take this and delete it, and it's attached. You have your angle. I went a little bit long there. We can do it for both sides. This was, you, stop it. Behave yourself. Nope, nope. Okay, come on, go on. Yeah! All right, that is not behaving itself. Bad swivel. All right, you, come on, go. Yes. I mean, it would have been easier for me just to go and, delete it and start over, but whoever goes it easy around here. Ah, you cannot take a flying leap. I cannot stress that enough. You cannot take a flying leap. It doesn't work. Hey, Aunt Kitty. Happy New Year. So good to see ya. All right, let me get rid of this. Hope you had a good holiday. Is that touching? Yes, it's touching. Haha. So same thing. Like I said, it's absolutely repeatable. And you can take it and transfer it from one side to the next. Green. You got green all around. So this is one technique. And this is your most basic use of your swivel. As long as you keep that angle small. Now, some of you are going to be thinking, hey, I can go and get a 45-degree angle. No, you cannot. So don't get into that territory because you're gonna overreach. There's like maybe 3 different angles we can get right now. If you try to go a little further, okay, so let's say that's a movement of literally 1 piece. If you, let's go take it out by 2 pieces now. So we're going to be going out from here. That's going to be the center of it. So I just measured that. So this is going to be coming out from here. Let me put that on my block. You're going to be able to place it and shove it and everything, but it is not going to attach. Oh, that's coming from the wrong place. The attachment point needs to be on the edge of there. So on the edge of the yellow, boom, there. Now that is two dots out. Just so that we're all on the same page here. 2 dots out. Let me take care of this. The first one that I did was 1 dot out. Dot, stud, whatever you want to call it. Here we go. Come on, come on, come on, come on, behave yourself. Thank you. Now, I think this one will work. So you got 1 dot and 2 dots. Let's go down to the ground and let's see if we can get green. Do you get green? We can't get green. If I take this, if I walk over here and shove this over. Okay, so this only attaches at 1 point. So this is a little bit harder to get. So you have to be careful if you're using anything like this, because you're now attached to 1 point, and you have to find a way to make it work for the top. Otherwise, you've lost your connection points, and it can't attach there because of the sharp angle. Objects must be aligned. That comes up almost immediately. Objects must be aligned. See, and it's over just a tiny bit as soon as it just turns in one little bit. So you can go have a bit of caution if you're going to go 2 studs out. If you could go 1.5 studs out, that would be better, but it's a little riskier. Now these are perfectly good for horizontal pieces. Some of you are probably asking, what about the vertical pieces? And this gets a little complicated. It's something that I've been battling with since the swivels came out and the battle bus. Mainly because swivels make a lot of noise. So you can get some angles. I mean, we do have the X angle here, and I was able to on the TIE Fighter, sorry, not TIE Fighter, X-Wing, and I was able to get these by knowing how much of a drop I needed and how far out. So it was a bit of a work to measure. I think this is one of the things that kind of took me out of the tutorial a little bit and made me stop to really think about this, because I needed to be able to repeat it for myself in order to get it on both sides and to actually share that information, because it doesn't make any sense for me to go and build a ship if I can't go and repeat some of the things that I did. Anyway, okay, so this can get a little more complicated. So maybe I should just go about the basic, like I promised. The most basic one that you can get, most basic turn angle is, oh, I should have actually had another canopy set up. Okay. No canopy set up, but let's go set up one right now. So we're just going to do a quick dirty mock-up. Thank you, Dirty Jaws. I mean, since I have you guys captive audience and everything, I might as well, school you guys. We all learn from each other so much, and I'm grateful for the whole community. Like, there's so much knowledge that we can share. You go look at and what Haskins is doing. Like like I said, I'm gonna go watch his tips and tricks after I've done this one, because I'm sure he's showing some different techniques. Much different techniques than what I'm showing here. Of course, we are coming from different places. Not discounting anything anybody's doing. Let's make that clear. It's just we build different, and we have to take that into consideration. So some of his techniques are going to be relevant specifically to the builds that he does, while my techniques are based around ships and all the other stuff that we're building over here. Can be very granular. But all the techniques are all very useful. So grab all the good information you can from wherever you're able to. Remember, just because one person does it one way doesn't mean that it is the wrong way or the only way to do it. Hey, Toolman 4485, thanks for joining. Welcome. All right. Oh no. Let's see. Can we get this over? Ah! What the flip? Dude, seriously? You're not supposed to phase right through? Okay, see, here I am trying to show a technique, and what happens? It does weird things on me. No, get back over. Urgh. The worst thing is you can't even use thrusters, because the thrusters causes it to just go haywire. So do not use thrusters to push pieces unless you can do like a fast turn. And I assure you, you cannot. Ah, great. I'm just gonna have to break this and push you into place. Let's go. Let's go. All right, so there's one. Oh boy. Okay, you gotta make sure that canopy is, not canopy, but there. You might want to go ahead and actually set that as soon as you put it into place, because it's going to be a little tricky. If it moves anyway, it's going to make it difficult to actually place it. So just keep that in mind. All right, 8. All right, let's do this again. Do not phase through, thank you. Push it all the way in, so there's no space whatsoever. If you touch it again, it will probably move, and that tiny increment will cause you so many headaches. It's not funny. Some of this stuff can be very rewarding. Some of it can just be a big pain in the butt. Tell you that right now. I'm not gonna lie. All right, let's bring this down to here. See, we're building another X-wing. Build with me. As you can see, I have built this so many times that I can do this just on a whim right now. Almost a terrible thing. Almost. I promise I'll probably have to look at the instructions afterward. But at least I can get to this point, which is the whole point of this video. Here we go. Well, this stream. The building techniques required. So there we go. I have a start of a canopy. Well, start of the fuselage. I should probably look at the rest of the instructions there, but this is where everything begins. We got our 2 layers of 2, and then we can start to move up. Yeah? Oh, perfect. Good. Now, the part that I want to get to is this part for the canopy, and I'm just gonna go ahead and just mock this up pretty quick. With no real, this is not going to be my official thing. I just want to get this to a certain point because we need to have the top parts all set. So this is 6 high, as you can see. Hey, Robot Man, good morning. I was meaning to get back to you on your text about the X-wing gears. It saddens me to know that we can't get there. I mean, like, we need tiny pieces. I really wish that they could make some things like these gears. We were actually looking at trying to use them to mesh together, but the hitbox. There's a hitbox on it, and they don't mesh at all. So the hitbox kind of goes side by side, but never ever intersects. So, oh, hold on. Something like this would actually be really powerful if you could make it work. But unfortunately, yeah, see, there we go. We can't even turn it. Imagine if we could get these gears this size, Robot Man. That would just power the entire thing. Everybody, if you've not subscribed to Robot Man, you need to go and subscribe to him now. He's got some magnificent work going on over on his channel. He's really breaking down some of the gears and really building a lot of those machines. So definitely go take a look at Robot Man. Give him a subscription, and he's part of the community. So he's always giving back and just showing everybody how they can rethink some of the physics of the game and just build better. So thank you, Robot Man. All right. So Robot Man, if you can get these to work, you would be the savior of us all. Oh, hey, Toolman. Doing but that are not mad for the game, so no. You good, man. You doing build that are not mad for the game, so no worries. Good building techniques. All right, thanks. Hey, Miss Aussie Art Rage, what's happening? Well, I'm not building a magnificent machine today. I have actually built a fleet of magnificent machines. I'm going to take this out for another flight in a little bit. Oh, well, I hope it's giving Star Wars vibes. Good gosh. Anyway, we're looking at building out the canopy. And one of the problems that I had with the canopy was getting that consistency once again. But it's all about placement and really the the order in which we can take things. So this one I finally broke yesterday, and I was kind of excited when I finally broke this because it was driving me crazy. Now, if you don't have access to some of these pieces, I understand. Like, you know, you don't have the Beachy Boulevard, and I will be showing you using Beachy Boulevard. You can use some of the other pieces, like your most basic pieces, but right now, oh good God, it's nighttime. Let's just sleep till morning. All right, here we go. Flapping wing for a dragon. Oh, we are so totally getting the fleet. One of the best parts that about tutorial is that you end up building so many different versions that you end up with a fleet. So this is what's happening. I started off with 2, and now I have I'm going to have a fleet. But anyway, the order of this is important. So get your fence posts out. You can if you want, you can build along with me. But this is if I get it right again. Okay, here's to getting it right. All right, so this is the bottom part of it, and this needs to go forward 3. Now you can just take this and snap to this and bring it down, and then you have both sides. This placement alone just allows us to have an attachment point. The next step is the top piece, which we're going to pop on here to get the angle, and then we're going to delete it. Or not, because in one case it actually worked. It was weird. I don't know, man. The game is inconsistent, okay? Don't blame me if the game doesn't work for you today like it did yesterday. It's just one of those things. It's the game. The game likes to tease us. 9:40. I got 20 minutes. Perfect. All right. So this is now one of the earliest techniques in turning came about, due to, okay, that's space of how much in here? That's a 1, 2 space. So should we, okay, 1, 2. All right, anyway, one of the most basic techniques in turning came kind of about sort of accident when they gave us the whatchamacallits. They gave us launch pads. Somebody had noticed that you could take your foundations and place them on the side, on the edge of something, and they would fall down. So this is like one of the most basic turning techniques that we actually came up with. Then we figured out how to put down some foundation pieces in place, so that we could actually lock it into one orientation, so that weight didn't matter so much, and you could take these, and then all of a sudden you have a 45 turning degree place. Kaz did this, had a whole system set up where he could launch from one launch pad to the next one, to the next. He did a fantastic job of that. So spread a lot of that knowledge around. But the most basic thing here is not the launch pad. It's the ability for this to turn onto an angle. But more importantly, that you can take pieces that are onto this and turn them. If you're on the ground, this is actually a really good way to turn pieces at, say, certain degrees. Now, I must caution you on this one. If you take your piece and say you want to put it into the ground. Don't just take it and pop it on here, because this is what's going to happen. It's going to push it out of the ground. You want to take it, angle it. Now, it's off. It's away from where it's supposed to be. That tiny gap is going to be problematic for a lot of us. But you can take that piece, attach it, move it, put it into the ground. It has to be off of the edge, not touching this. You're using this as a guide only. Now you can actually get more extreme angles depending on how you place things. So you place it a little bit higher. You can get something like a 60-degree angle, 45 degree, 90 degree or whatever. You can also take it, and if you can nudge it enough, you can get a little bit higher. Oh, yeah. Wicked. Kaz finally hit his million. He's been hoping for that, working towards that for quite a while. So congrats to Kaz. But there we go. We have now an extreme angle. You cannot attach this to a ship. What's going to happen is if you try to attach this to a ship, any dynamic object, it's going to say that the angles need to match. So the surface is not going to match up. But you can take this and build more extreme shapes, like buildings, for instance. You just have to be able to recreate that particular angle every single time, and that's the hard part. So good luck with that. I can show you how to do that a lot more, but it's a little bit more involved. And what it takes is just you taking your measurements from your studs. Right now, this is say from the edge right here, and that is you just count your studs. That is what, say 10 studs. And once you know how many studs back, you can just take your measurements and just go and try to repeat that every single time. But you have to place it the same place every time to get that particular angle, and it's a pain in the butt to do. We used to be able to take some of the Mos Eisley pieces and even some of the other angle pieces, like this one here. This one is a little inconsistent, so bear with me. But we used to be able to take this and attach your thrusters or other stuff to the edge of this, but they changed the hitbox on this. So the hitbox now interferes with anything that goes on. This is one of the first places we saw that object must be aligned message appear, and no matter what you do, you cannot get the angle. You can plant it into the ground, so this is one other way to get a repeatable angle. Take that knowledge and use it wherever you want. You can take this, transfer your pieces, and you can build a high angle thing. Just my gift to you guys. So there, that's one of the other building techniques that we use, because using something like this tends to be a lot more efficient than using 12 pieces of one angle. So think of it as a combination where you are taking this and combining it with the wall piece. So you still get your wall, but with the advantage of, oh, can't even do that. There we go. See, it's already spacing out. Weird, man. That's the other thing. Yeah, it does begin to have a drift. There's a drift that occurs now, and it stops us from doing too many things. Like, let's say you want to take these here. it's going to start to not connect properly the longer you go. So be careful when using this particular technique, because some of the pieces are not going to attach, and it happens over a certain length. So you just got to watch what you're doing. Anyway, back to my main thing, which is the canopy. It is now 9:48. We have 10 minutes to do this. I got caught off on a bit of a tangent, so I apologize. My bad. My very, very bad. But I hope that was useful. Anyway, with this, it's a matter of finding the right spot to drop this down, and it goes onto an angle immediately. This now gives us the angle that we need for right in here. I can take a piece, put it on the bottom, and attach it to there. It's now attached to the wood, and not to there. However, yeah, they ruined your angles. Rooster's monster designs are out of this world. If you've not subscribed to Rooster, you don't know what's going on. Go subscribe to Rooster and see what is happening with him. He's got some fantastic stuff going on. Sir Laughs a Lot also has a couple of... he's doing a new stream where he's doing some challenges, live play in the game. So definitely go check those guys out. You want to check out Mr. Black as well. He's got his irregular stream where you can see some of what he's working on. But that's Mr. Black for you. Consistently. Okay, here we go. I forgot what I was saying. I'm sure it was good. It was supposed to be witty, but I forgot what it was. You see, there's something weird going on here. Do you see this? We have this, because of the connection point, it becomes jagged. It doesn't always line up properly. It looks straight, but it is not consistent. It's annoying as hell. Because when you're trying to get, you know, a consistent angle, and consistency is the key to everything here. Let's see. I think we move this down. The best thing about these is that we can actually move it down half stud. To get where we need to be. Alright, I think this is going in the right place. And nope, we're not in the right place. Okay. So much for consistency. That's just hanging out in the air there. Okay. I've got about 9 minutes to go, and I can't rush this one. So, yeah, I know, as a perfectionist, this one drives me crazy. I'm going to have to go look back at the video. Did I record this yesterday? I think I recorded it. Oh, my God. I don't think I did. I'm going to have to go look. But I tell you, man, getting this canopy has been the biggest pain in the butt. Hey, check it out. That actually kind of worked. Can we get in there? Oh, sweet. Nope. That's not gonna work, is it? Okay. Man, you should see. Sometimes I swear that I should just stream some of my my basic builds, because it would drive you all crazy, the amount of tweaking that we have to go through just to get basic shapes. Yes, haha, it didn't detach. Oh boy. All right. I thought that was my kid's school because we had a bit of a meltdown this morning. Thankfully, no, not at school. All right. There we go. We have our canopy. And we actually have the back end of it. Wow. That part's amazing. So side piece, top piece, and then a lot of finagling. And then we have this piece. So we actually managed to get it in. See, this is why I wanted to do the proper canopy so that we can have another shape. But I'm going to have to go and rebuild this again. Oh well. Building is rebuilding. And rebuilding and rebuilding. We have to do so much rebuilding. But here we go. So this is now onto here. No. No, don't do this to me. Son of a biscuit eater. Okay, listen, you. Stop it. Just, no, gosh, dang it. Seriously, what's your problem? You. Okay. I give up. I give up. The game does not like me. It knows I have limited. Son of a, get in there! Okay, nobody saw that. Anyway. Okay, so we have 9 minutes left. Okay, we have some exciting stuff coming this year. I will be sharing more build techniques as we go through. You know, you'll see the frustrating pieces. You'll see the parts that work. All right. Yeah, anyway, parts that work, parts that don't work, but it's all about just building, and you learn every single thing you do. So every single time that you build, you are always learning something. So it's important to just keep building. I can't stress that enough. Like some things will just come naturally after a certain point, but it's about practice and just build for the joy of it. Don't let the problems with the game stop you from building. It's been a great experience so far, and I'm looking forward to really sharing some of this new stuff with you, especially how I got here. So we will be publishing some of the tutorials on the new X-Wings and TIE fighters and this entire fleet of ships that we're building straight from the item shop. Well, not item shop, sorry. What's the word I'm looking for here? Straight from the LEGO store. Let's take this one for a spin, shall we? Let's see if we can get out without breaking anything. Oh yeah, look at that. We have computers and stuff in here now. All right, let's see what's behind me. Nothing's behind. Back it up. Hey, Mr. Black arrived. Just in time. Woo! Let's go. Mr. Black has been helping me build out some of the new stuff we have going on, and we're having a blast with it. I really can't wait to show you guys, but I don't want to show it too early. There's a couple things we have planned, and I just want to make sure that we do things in the right order. But there's a lot of really cool Star Wars stuff coming, and I hope you guys are ready for it, because I don't know if I am. But it's going to be a great time. We are really changing a lot of what we have so far, but it is absolutely brilliant, and I think you guys will love it. I'll be sharing a lot of the tutorials, a lot of stuff from the LEGO store. so it's easy to find, but a lot of it is really the interpretation. And interpreting all this stuff is been interesting. As I talked to one of the guys who did the MOC for the Apache helicopter yesterday, and he had never really considered using LEGO Fortnite because it's just not one of the things, is not on his radar. Uh-oh. No! Uh-oh. There she goes. Yeah, that never happened. Anyway, I'm the Mad Pug 66 as Mr. Black 333. Mr. Black, get over here, let's dance. Ignore that X-Wing. That didn't happen. I got out of the seat. No, it doesn't. Nope. We're not looking down there. Nope. Okay. Anyway, this is Mr. Black. Go check out his channel. He's got a new video on the Taj Mahal. And you can go check out his Twitch to see some of how he actually built that. So it's been absolute pleasure having you guys back, and I'm glad to be back. We have lots of really cool builds coming. We have Star Wars, we have some Lego City stuff, cars, and other stuff coming, and some MOCs and buildings all coming up this year. So thank you guys for being here. If you're new here, please leave a like, follow, subscribe. Go and subscribe to Mr. Black. You have Sir Laughs a Lot. A Rooster, huge supporters, and you really need to go and support these guys. You got Robot Man in here. My gosh, so many cool people. But definitely go and help support the community. There's like so much good stuff going on. Anyway, thank you so much for joining. I gotta go to work. I will see you guys tomorrow morning. Bye.